Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and this is Hearthstone Mercenaries Mythic Boss Rush guide. Mythic Boss Rush is the PvE endgame mode in Hearthstone Mercenaries that you can access after you have at least one maxed mercenary. In practice, you kind of want a team of maxed mercenaries for this mode, and then you also need some renown to buff them up, and then you're good to go. Mythic Boss Rush, like the name implies, consists of bounties that have only boss fights in them. Each bounty is going to have 3 regular boss fights and then one boss fight where you're fighting 2 bosses at once. Also, all the bosses will have random anomalies that are going to buff them. The full Mythic Boss Rush consists of 6 bounties, which unlock 1 per day, and then after a week they reset and you start all over again with new fights. You're also able to customize the difficulty level with a slider. Currently the slider goes from 1 to 100, but there's already an achievement in the game for level 500 boss fight, so this is going to get some updates in the future with more difficult bosses. While you're able to access Mythic Boss Rush once you have one maxed mercenary, it's really not worth doing so. These are the rewards for completing a level 100 bounty. I got 140 renown for the first time completion and 25 renown that I can get every time I complete this as a level 100. The first time completion bonus is determined by the first completion that you have that week. So if I were to complete this at rank 1, I would get first time bonus for rank 1 and not 140. As a matter of fact, the level 1 rewards are 5 renown for first clear and 1 renown repeatable, which means that doing this as level 1 is totally a waste of time. You're going to get 6 renown, you could do any bounty and get more. So the Mythic Boss Rush only really gets going once you can do it at a higher level. And doing it at a higher level means that you have to have some renown to also upgrade your mercenaries. And you can only upgrade maxed mercenaries, so you need a team of maxed mercenaries for this one. For example, here is the team that I completed my first Mythic Boss Rush. I had 4 playable mercenaries, Ragnaros, Baron, Gadkar and Gigi, and then I had on the bench giving buffs Medivh and Cookie, who were not upgraded otherwise than the equipment that gives buffs. Obviously I could have used Belinda in the team or something, many alternatives exist. Generally in Mythic Boss Rush, damage scales better than healing, because the enemies are also going to deal pretty huge chunks of damage. We can talk about 100 damage or 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 coming from multiple adds. So it's better to just kill them or prevent them from acting or maybe mitigating the damage. I'm not sure yet if that works, but perhaps at high enough levels it works. But the easiest way is just to kill them faster than they can kill you. It's really hard to keep up with healing. Also, you want to upgrade a wide variety of abilities, equipment and treasures for stat bonuses. The way upgrading mercenaries for Mythic Boss Rush works is that in the tavern you now have an option to upgrade for Mythic mode. And those upgrades only affect the Mythic Boss Rush. They do not affect PvP, they do not affect regular bounties, and they are only available for mercs that you have maxed. And for mercs that you have maxed, you can just keep clicking and getting higher and higher level abilities, equipment and also treasures. There's a second page that includes the treasures that are available to that mercenary in Mythic Boss Rush. And while those upgrades start out pretty cheap, they start to get more expensive quite rapidly. So the cheapest way to get into this mode is to upgrade a wide variety of abilities on your mercenaries, because every upgrade also gives the mercenary stat bonuses. So you will get a ton of health for your mercenaries with wide upgrades, and they don't cost nearly as much as going really deep into a specific ability. The cost of upgrading abilities, equipment and treasures is all a little bit different. For abilities, it costs 25 renown per level from 6 to 10, 50 per level from 11 to 15, 100 from 15 to 16, and then plus 50 more per level from there, so that would be 150 from 16 to 17 and 200 from 17 to 18 and so on. So overall, getting a single ability for a mercenary to level 10 costs 125 renown, a single ability to level 15 is 375 renown, and a single ability to level 20 is already 1375 renown. For equipment upgrades, not all equipment can be upgraded, but for the ones that can be, then it costs 10 per level from 5 to 10, 20 per level from 11 to 15, then 50 from 15 to 16, and plus 25 more per level from there. So overall, level 10 equipment costs 60 renown, level 15 costs 160, and a level 20 piece of equipment costs 660 renown. And treasures are the cheapest things to upgrade, but note when you upgrade treasures, okay, treasures, you get treasures during the bounty run. You actually get 2 treasures per boss fight that you beat. But treasures also affect the stats of the merc, and they affect the stats of the merc always, even if you don't get those treasures. So it's a good idea to upgrade all of the mercenaries' treasures, and also many treasures are shared between mercenaries. And if you have upgraded the treasure once, that upgraded treasure affects all the mercenaries that share that treasure, and they all get the stat buffs from that as well. So treasures are a really great investment. Treasure upgrades cost 10 per level from 2 to 10, 15 from 11 to 15, 30 from 15 to 16, and plus 15 per level more from there. So a level 10 treasure costs only 90 renown, and that can affect multiple mercenaries. Level 15 treasure costs 165, and a level 20 treasure costs 465 renown. So when putting all of these costs together, in order to upgrade one mercenary, all abilities and all equipment to 10 costs around 555 renown. Each mercenary has access to 6 treasures. Upgrading 6 treasures to level 10 costs 540 renown, but some of those can be shared between mercs, so you only have to upgrade them once. Getting all abilities and equipment for a single mercenary to 15, which is where the costs really start to increase after that, costs around 1605 renown, all treasures to 15, 990. Then, as you can see, getting everything for mercenary to 20, all abilities, all equipment, that's already more than 6,000 renown for a single mercenary. Getting all treasures 20, 2,790 renown, so that's quite a lot. Which means that it's generally a good idea to upgrade a lot of abilities, a lot of treasures, a lot of equipment to level 10, maybe to level 15, then go deeper on with very specific abilities that you're going to use a lot. To take this fire team that I used as an example, if I wanted to take 4 fire mercenaries, get them all to level 10 with all of their abilities, equipment, treasures, that would be around 4,000 renown. Of course, it doesn't have to be exactly these mercenaries, Belinda is also an option. Then for Kuki, for Medivh, they're just sitting on the bench with their start of game equipment, and upgrading that, that's just like a couple hundred renown, and then I could go a little bit deeper, probably on Geddon. So 4,000 or 5,000 renown would get you a really sweet fire team, for example. And you can get started with less than that. First I would upgrade the abilities, of course, that you're going to use, then prioritize the treasures and the equipment that you're going to use. And then the equipment that you don't use, the abilities that you don't use, you can deprioritize those a little bit, and that would save you hundreds or even thousands of renown already. Mercenaries has a lot of bounty bosses, so we'll see what kind of challenges there will be in the future in Mythic Boss Rush, but I hope that this introduction will help you get started, help you get your initial team ready, and start doing some bosses. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members, and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.